Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day or evening wherever you are. So today I'm here to bring you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is going to be what your soul is trying to tell you. So we're going to look into messages from your soul, from your spirit. Okay, so we have three piles to choose from here. We have the first pile is the Carnelian crystal, the second pile is the copper crystal, and then the third pile is the Lapis lazuli. So feel free to pick more than one if you feel guided to do so. There may be messages from each pile that your soul is trying to tell you that you may need to hear. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear the message. I am doing personal readings, so that information will be down below if you feel guided to get a personal reading from me. And then I just want to give a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting my channel and me in any way you felt guided to do so. I truly undoubtedly appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much for your kindness and your support, and just everything that you all have been doing in supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get on to your reading. Okay, Carnelian group, welcome to your reading for what your soul is trying to tell you. So interesting messages here. Okay, also I feel like your soul is trying to tell you one major thing that has maybe been holding you back or keeping you off your soul's path. I feel like a lot of you who chose this pile are kind of resisting surrendering to your own soul's path. I feel like a lot of you could be on someone else's soul's path, maybe someone in your family or friend or family. Maybe you just haven't been taught or conditioned to really trust your own soul and your own journey, what you like, what you don't like. I feel like a lot of you maybe suffer from people pleasing in some way, or you just kind of have lost yourself up until this point. I feel like you're starting to find yourself again, but just because I feel like it was just because you were following someone else's journey, someone else's path instead of your own, because the surrender to your soul's path is really speaking a lot to me, and it has to do with the green. It has to do with your heart chakra and listening to your heart. And I feel like a lot of you may be harboring a lot of resentments, because we also have surrender resentments here for not resentments towards yourself and resentments towards other people, because I feel like a lot of you are resenting this basically kind of boils down to resentment for yourself, if we're going to be completely honest here, because I feel like you've always known what you wanted to do. You've always known your path, but you've just been told not to trust it. You've been told not to do it for whatever reason. You've been just kind of conditioned in some type of way to forget about your dreams, your goals, your heart's desires, and kind of go on someone else's dreams and desires and kind of live someone else's life and live someone else's expectations of success and stuff like that. And I feel like you all who chose this pile have a very strong soul, and it's we all have obviously strong souls, but I feel like for a lot of you, your soul has been crying out to you. I feel like you may have been crying a lot lately or recently, or maybe you're just really a crier. You cry when you're happy, you cry when you're sad, just whatever's going on. But I feel like recently, you've been crying a lot because your soul is really trying to get you to pay attention to what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because for a lot of you, I feel like you're doing something that your soul's not invested in completely. It doesn't even want to be doing it, to be completely honest. For others of you, I do feel like you already got to this point where you know what you want to do and you're on your soul's path, but it is slow and steady wins the race type of thing. It's very you have to hold your vision, and you may have hit a blockage on your soul's path because with the break the chain card here, we have ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So I feel like along your soul's journey, when you are on your soul's journey and you're ascending and you're evolving and you're healing and you're letting go of limitations and you're unlearning a lot of conditions and programs that you've been taught, you come to a point where you either have an ego death, dark night of the souls, and many along your soul's journey. It never really kind of gets easier. You just know what to do when you feel, an ego death coming on, or a soul, or a dark night of the soul. You kind of just surrender to it. So I feel like a lot of you could be coming up to a point where you're having some type of, I don't want to make it, could be an ego death. I'm getting more like a blockage in the heart chakra. Like there's something that's kind of keeping you a little bit stuck. There's something that's keeping you a little bit blocked off in terms of love and like what you desire because of some type of resentment and some type of denial. And I feel like this has to do with your family. I feel like a lot of you who chose this, your family had a very large impact on what you do and what you're doing and who you are. And I do feel like some of it was not as supportive to who you are in truth, like who you are in your authentic truth, in your soul. So I feel like you could be harboring a lot of resentments towards your family at this time, particularly towards your parents or caregivers. And I feel like you go back and forth between resenting them and then being in denial, being like, well, it's not their fault. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just wanting what's best for me. They just want me to be happy. They want me to, be stable financially, and they want me to do this and this. And then like maybe the next day you go on to saying like, they don't care about me. Like they never cared about me. All they care about is themselves. Like they're just kind of focused on what they want. They're like almost like you feel like on one hand, like your caregivers or whoever is kind of living through you. And then on the other hand, you're just like, well, why don't I want these things? Why don't I want this kind of success? And success is different to everyone. Everyone has their own definition of success. Like success can come down to like the littlest thing as like just smiling at a stranger or just, allowing yourself to be genuinely happy in the day to like having millions of dollars and having a really big, there's so much things that is like, can be labeled as success. It's just whatever feels right to you, whatever feels right to your soul, whatever feels authentic and truth and brings you peace and joy and all that fun stuff. So I do feel like you're in this place where you're trying to kind of maybe get away from your family in some way, and not like, maybe just like distance yourself is a better word. So maybe you're trying to distance yourself from your family, and I do feel like they're not doing this intentionally. They genuinely want what's best for you, whether this is family or friends. I feel like they genuinely, honestly, really love you in truth, and you really love them, but there's a need to kind of like, all I'm hearing is like cut the cord, like cut the umbilical cord. And I feel like this also could be like ancestral stuff as well. Not even just from your parents, but you holding on to like your grandparents, karma and all their stuff. And then your great grandparents and just the whole like lineage, I feel like is on your shoulders, is like resting on your shoulders in some way. And I feel like some of you may be aware of this. Others of you have no idea why. Maybe you keep getting stuck at this wall with your family in some way or friends or something like that. You just keep getting like pushed and pulled by family members or something, or you just keep being like really like conflicted with family members, and it has nothing to do with the lack of love. I feel like your family and you all love each other very much. I just feel like there's a lack of boundaries, and there's a lack of maybe standing up for yourself, standing up for your truth. There's still a lot of things that you resent from your family in some way, because with this resentment card, it says holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. So I feel like you're still holding on to this like, well, they did this to me back when I was a child, like they made me do this, they made me do that, and I didn't want to. And I feel like you never like got to express how you felt about them raising you or growing up in their home or something like that. But then you also like don't want to hurt their feelings and make them feel like they were bad people or something like that. I feel like this is mostly about family, but it could relate to any situation. It could relate to friends. I feel like this could trickle over to how you choose your friends, who your friends, maybe your parents chose your friends for you, and you're wondering like, and now you're kind of just reflecting and wondering like, why am I even friends with these people? We have nothing in common or something like that. But either way, I feel like there's just there's a need to like forgive your parents or caregivers. They did the best they could with what they knew, and they probably did that to you in forcing you to do stuff you didn't want to do because it was forced upon them, and then back forced upon them. And it's just like a whole lineage of like not living your soul's truth, not surrendering to your soul's path. I feel like you're destined to do something really specific as well. I do feel like this is a lesson that's coming up for you. And this is a lesson that'll come up for you probably a lot, honestly, until you kind of surrender to it and learn from it. You're going to gain a lot of wisdom from this lesson, because I think this is like this is a major thing that has just been affecting your life. And I feel like you've healed and dealt with little different other things that kind of are symptoms of this major like core wound of like you resenting your parents or you being in denial in some way. There's just some type of fear I feel that you get when you feel like you have to speak up for yourself in whatever capacity. Speak up for yourself in your family, speak up for yourself in your thing. There's just this major like need to like love yourself. Like, I'm just hearing I love you. Like, you really need to love yourself enough to be able to speak up for yourself. Love yourself enough to free yourself from living the life of your ancestors, of your parents. You know, this is a lot of letting go of like an old pattern from either, I feel like, your maternal or paternal lineage. But this is a lot about healing trauma from the past that's not even yours, you know, observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. There's a lot of ancestral karma like in you, like on you. Like, I just feel heavy stuff right now. And so, like I said, you may be really emotional, but you may not be really expressing your emotions in the most conductive or supportive way, I guess. I feel like you maybe get angry a lot, or you really kind of it's like very quick to anger, very temperamental, you may feeling very like moody, just like not wanting to be around your family, but then feeling guilty that you don't want to be around your family, or that you don't really want to talk to your parents, and then feel guilty that you should be wanting to talk to your parents. It's like kind of like that stuff. And I feel like it's just happening because you're not getting to the root of the issue. You're not getting to the root. And the root is the issue is loving yourself, your life's journey, you know, living your life's journey. This is for your soul's growth. I think there's a perception that needs to be changed in terms of like you learning to embrace everything up until this point of your life, you learning to embrace every moment, you loving yourself, you loving learning to love or just accept every lesson that comes your way when it's in regards to your family situation and your family dynamics. And maybe I feel like a lot of you kind of take personally what your family or caregivers or parents, you know, do to you, and it's not a personal thing. And I feel like you take this personally because you're still in this place of harboring resentment, because you're still in this place of feeling like you're not heard, like they don't care about what you want or something like that. And I do feel like it's getting to the point where you really have to hold your vision. And I feel like a lot of you already have a vision for what you want in your life, what kind of life you want to live. And you really need to hold it right now, because I feel like it's getting tested in some way, because I feel like because you're shifting vibrationally, because your soul is evolving and kind of getting into the groove of its natural instincts and whatnot, a lot of people feel that energetically. They may not know they're feeling it, but they feel it. And so they feel this push or resistance or this kind of like repelling from you. And not because you're repelling them, it's just because your soul is moving on. You know what I mean? And since they feel that, they just get really maybe more restrictive or block you or in some way, or try to kind of control you more. You know what I mean? And it's because a lot of the people you're around, or in terms of like family or whoever this situation resonates with in terms of like what area of life, I feel like they're just still operating from a place of fear and not from love. And you're trying to operate from a place of love, not from fear anymore. But you're really in between worlds right now. So I feel like a lot of you just just take it easy on yourself and just know that this is a process and you're just learning. I just feel like a lot of emotional trauma, honestly, going back from like 7 generations, honestly. So this is not an overnight type of thing. I feel like there's just a lot, you know, be a little more kinder to yourself, you know, what's the word I want to use? Like, just being kinder to yourself, and just, you know that you're doing the best you can with what you have. You know, family patterns are like the hardest to break, honestly. Like, they are not even yours to begin with, but, sometimes we just don't know another way of being, so we just continue playing out family drama and family trauma. But your soul is just really adamant, honestly. You have a very strong soul. It wants to do something really specific, and it's not going to let you settle anymore. So the best advice I could give you is to try to notice when ancestral healing or when ancestral things are coming up. And know that you can't heal another person to heal yourself. Because I feel like maybe a lot of you are trying to heal your family, trying to teach them about spirituality or about your soul or your spirit. And it's like being met with resistance, or it's being met with not the most supportive energy. And I feel like that's what's making you feel resentful. And that's what's making you just kind of go back into this place where you just want to like run away from them, or you don't want to deal with them. And it's okay to distance yourself, but you're not going to learn the lesson of like you speaking up for your truth and you doing you know, going off your path, and you teaching them by leading by example, basically. I feel like a lot of your family members, you won't be able to tell them everything that you're doing. You won't be able to, you know, lecture them in some way. I feel like a lot of you like to like not lecture in a bad way, but kind of like preach or lecture a little bit about what you want to do or about something specific along your soul's path. And it's just kind of, they don't really understand it, which is fair because it's not meant for them to understand. The only person that needs to understand it is you. And this could be with friends as well. Like you could be doing this with friends and your friends are kind of looking at you maybe like you're crazy or like you don't know what you're talking about. And that's fair. You can't take it personally because it's not personally. They're not meant to go on your path. They're not meant to be on your journey, which is a hard lesson and a hard kind of pill to swallow when you're really attached or super attached to family and friends in some way. But this is where your soul is learning how to detach a little bit, how to appreciate them for who they are, but they're not you and you are not them. And I feel like this is where we're getting a little bit conflicted or sad or just angry, honestly, a little bit here. But your healing is your healing, you know. Like I said, you can't heal another person. So I feel like a lot more focus on you needs to be had at this point. And when you heal on yourself, you may cause another person to choose to heal, you know what I mean? Just by leading by example. So, and that frees up a lot of your energy. So I do feel like you're being guided right now to like look at your life and decide how you want it to be. You know, what ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite or retell or whatever the case may be? And it's time to like shake off old energies and dream of a new future. Because you can no longer kind of people please. Oh, there's a certain word I want to use, but I can't figure it out. You can no longer kind of sit just on your laurels or on your like old ways of being anymore. Like you have to break out of this like now, because your soul loves you very much and they want you to be happy and they want you to have all the abundance that you deserve. And we have mayhem and incoming. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be getting a message or some type of synchronistic opportunity, that your manifestation of what you're doing is happening, is on its way. But as much as you're getting your manifestation, as much as you're getting a lot of positive news and messages and like game-changing news, I feel like very surprising messages or insights or ideas or just making connections with people that resonate with you that are like mind, you're also going to bring up a lot of current issues, and those issues are going to reveal past wounds, which is for your spiritual growth. So there's a lot of change going on. Basically, this mayhem is reminding me of like number 5. So like a 5 is about change. It's also about transition and challenges. So I do feel like you're going through this change. You just have to hold tight to your vision with this hold your vision. Don't waver. It seems uncomfortable. I feel a lot of you may be uncomfortable, but you're gonna get some really exciting news that will remind you and kind of congratulate you for even considering trusting your soul this much, you know what I mean? Because I feel like no one in your family lineage has ever went on their own soul's path, has ever done what you're about to do. You're like basically trailblazing a whole new like way of being for your lineage, and a whole new just I feel like you're gonna like kind of erase your, not erase, is that what I want to say? Not erase, but you're in this process where you can rewrite your ancestral lineage, basically. And it's only you. I feel like this is your duty. This is your job. This is why you're here to do that. So that, you know, your kids and your kids' kids and your future kids' kids and stuff like that don't have to go through what you went through or what you're going through right now. So I guess, yeah, just hang tight, you know, move towards positive situations in your life, whatever feels good to your soul. Your soul is speaking to you loud and clear. There's no misgivings or misunderstandings about what you want, what you love, what you want to do. and just continue to speak your truth. Don't be fearful. This takes practice. I feel like you're practicing this, and you may not get it every day all the time, but eventually it'll become easier. Eventually you will feel more confident and comfortable telling people what you're doing and why you're doing it, and not care if they validate you, if they understand, if they want to do it or not. You know what I mean? You're just kind of speaking from your heart, and then you're moving on, type of thing. So yeah, so that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, Copper group. So if you chose the Copper Crystal Stone, this is your reading for what your soul is trying to tell you. First thing I got here is that your soul is definitely trying to tell you to lighten up. I feel like a lot of you have been kind of taking things a little bit too seriously, or been like too just really rigid in your thinking, in the way you communicate. Your soul really wants to have some fun, wants to focus more on the lighter side of things, because whatever you're doing, I feel like it's kind of blocking your creativity, because we have surrendered to creativity. So in order for you to get your creative spark back, because I feel like a lot of you are maybe not feeling that creative, are just not having fun, and your spirit wants you to have fun, like watch a movie, watch some comedy shows, just do something that's really going to lighten the mood and lighten the energy around you. A lot of you could be Geminis or have Gemini placements. I feel like spirit is also saying, if not, like they want you to act more like a Gemini. So Geminis are really fun. You know, one minute they can be really peaceful and homebodies, the next minute they can be fun and flirtatious and outgoing and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of you, if you are a Gemini, you need to kind of more focus on your lighter side instead of your more serious side or your more kind of solemn side. I also feel like a lot of you need to be more communicative with people, or a particular person. It could be family members, it could be friends, but there's someone that I feel like you're afraid to reach out to or talk to for whatever reason, and spirit is really asking you to reach out to this person. So if you've been thinking about reaching out to someone but have been hesitating because you're scared of how they're going to respond or what they're going to say or think, spirit is telling you not to worry about this, because, or your soul is telling you not to worry about this, because whoever you will reach out to or feel guided to reach out to is going to help you have more fun, is going to be very loving, is going to remind you that we're all in this together. It's going to remind you that they're your family. They're, you know, they care about you. They want you to be okay. They want you to have fun. They want you to be happy. They want you to enjoy life again. I feel like there's a need to have a conversation with someone that you miss having a conversation with, someone that you really care about, someone that really lightens the mood when you speak to them. And I feel like a lot of you will know who this person is if this resonates with you. But we also have surrender to complete healing and soul family. So I do feel like a lot of you are going through this process where you're healing. Maybe you've been in this hermit healing mode for way too long, and it's time for you to get back out there and kind of put all of that wisdom and growth and self-evaluation to good use in some way. We have being in love and heart-mind union. So I do feel like you have been really working on your vibration, trying to raise your vibration, just so that it's in a place where you're stable, where you can communicate with others more supportively. I feel like you haven't really been communicating with others that much, or if you are, it's not lighthearted. Let's just say that. It's not like, and I feel like maybe you're trying to be lighthearted, but it's still maybe not coming across lighthearted, if that makes sense. There's something on your mind, there's something on your soul, there's something on your spirit that you just need to get out, that you just need to say. Maybe write it out, journal it out, blog it out, talk to a friend, talk to a loved one, someone that you trust, someone that can help you kind of see the lighter side of things. You just need to get it out. There's something you need to get out, and this will really unblock you from your creativity, because I feel like a lot of you are very, very creative. We have let your imagination soar, stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. I do feel like a lot of you, there's a problem with, I'm getting communication and just ideas in a general sense, creative ideas. I feel like you're just not in this imaginative place, and I feel like you have been and you can be, but just lately you haven't been. It's like you're not really open to the lighter side or just creative things right now, and I feel like you're looking for maybe a logical idea or a solution to solve a problem, if that makes sense. And spirit is, in your soul actually, is actually telling you to like, okay, like there's different approaches at how to solve this problem, how to communicate, how to express yourself better. A lot of this has to do with your healing. So with the surrender to complete healing, it says open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support you physically, emotionally, and spiritual healing. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you have been healing, have been trying to kind of find your soul family. I feel like you may feel alone, like you don't have the same friends, or you lost a lot of friends, or you don't really communicate with the same people you used to. And it's kind of bringing you down because you're used to communicating and talking to people, and you feel like you can't to the people you're with, or you're just right now, you just don't have anyone to talk to. And your soul is telling you you do have people to talk to, or a person in particular. But for some reason, I feel like you don't, maybe you're just afraid to reach out to this person for some reason. And I don't know why. It's going to be different for all of you, but whoever you're thinking about constantly and wanting to talk to and wanting to kind of reach out to, your soul is like pushing you and guiding you to speak up to this person. This person's part of your soul family. I feel like this could be like a soulmate or a twin flame or divine counterpart that you really want to talk to, that you've been like avoiding because you're scared to talk to them. But your soul is saying you're not alone. You have a person that's basically your mirror, that basically, I am getting like, yeah, this is definitely like a divine counterpart, like a twin flame, because with the Gemini and the two faces here, and then the soul family and the two faces, I just feel like, or this could be like a really strong like soul friendship that you just, like your best friend is like your soulmate, like you from the same planet, like you share past lives together. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is like a divine counterpart that you just want to talk to, that you're scared that if you talk to them, you don't want to like burden them with any problem. And your soul is saying you're not going to burden them because they've also experienced the same problem, and or they're going through the same problem. And this is like the last kind of leg on your healing journey. I feel like you reaching out to this person, or you really expressing your wants, needs, and just how you're feeling right now is the last kind of lesson in terms of like this journey with your divine counterpart, and this, like I said, this healing journey. And this is going to open up so many creative ideas once you do this. And I feel like if you were looking for like a confirmation and to like reach out to this person, or maybe like just speak from your heart to this person, or just share something with this person, this is your confirmation to do so, because it's really going to open up a new beginning, a new phase. It's going to complete a healing cycle. It's going to allow you to trust again, allow you to not feel so alone, allow you to really feel understood and heard, and allow you to have some fun. Yeah, this person's definitely part of your tribe. And I feel like the more that you connect with this one person, the more that you're going to find more people like the two of you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the two of you are very strong, whoever this other person is, and you're from the same like soul star family, or soul system, or not soul system, but like cosmic energy source. Like I feel like you both are like not from this planet. I'm getting like otherworldly, like you're just from a different galaxy, and you're gonna find other people who are also from that other galaxy, or that other soul family, in whatever way, shape, or form. Okay, I don't know what I just said right there, but I hope you got the gist of it. But yeah, so this is also about like about kind of connecting to yourself and speaking to yourself, being your own best friend, being your own partner as well. This is about being love, making sure your heart and your mind are in union, so that you can manifest this union with your person faster if this is a divine counterpart. This is about loving yourself, loving all of you unconditionally. This is about the law of attraction. Make sure that in all that you do, you're exuding love, or you're putting the energy of love into it instead of the energy of fear and doubt and worry and all that time. This is about becoming one with yourself as well, so you can become one with in union with your person, or come together with a like soul mate who's a friend, or it could be a romantic partner. But this is about definitely coming into one with yourself. Your soul is really wanting to be whole. So this is about balancing your divine feminine and masculine energies, really like getting to know your needs, getting to know how your masculine energy works and how your feminine energy works, really raising that vibration so you can be at your best self when you come into union or reunion with someone from your soul tribe, someone that, like I said, understands you, someone that I feel like you've been telepathically communicating to, because we have the dolphins. I think those are dolphins. And dolphins, every time I see dolphins, they just remind me of like telepathic communications, like echoes, like the way they speak to each other is really vibrational. So I just feel like you have been speaking to this person telepathically, but your soul is really wanting to speak out in the 3D, you know what I mean? Is really wanting to tell this person how you really feel or what's been going on. And for a lot of you, if you've been waiting for this person to reach out, your soul is asking you to take that first step, basically. But make sure that if you do, first, listen to your intuition. Second, make sure that you are in a place of love and not fear. Make sure that you are in this place of unconditionally loving yourself, that you are, like I said, harmony of heart and harmony of mind. Make sure that you are in like a very stable and like, you know, a really true and authentic place before you reach out, because I feel like that's just really important right now for your soul to be in a really good place before you reach out to this person. Because I feel like if not, this could trigger a lot of other issues and past issues. And then you're going to have to like recycle through a whole another lesson that I feel like you all already went through. You don't need to go through again whatsoever. But this is definitely like the last leg of your healing journey when it comes to being whole and being in union with yourself. Because the next phase is you coming into union with your person. Or like I said, reunion. So actually really exciting stuff. I thought this was going to go another way, but it actually turned out to be a really good reading. Yeah, so you're just coming into union, you're coming into your soul family, and yeah, make sure you're just kind of in this place where you're really trying to love all of you, like your light side and your shadow side. I feel like that's been really difficult for a lot of you in terms of like your fear of rejection or abandonment. I'm picking that up as well, especially with this Gemini thing. And you don't have to worry about someone rejecting you if you're afraid to contact this person. They're not going to reject you. But again, you have to trust your own intuition first and foremost. And even if you don't feel like reaching out to this person, I do feel like they're going to reach out to you with the answers you need are coming. They're going to reach out to you in some way. And then that'll be your opening to kind of get the ball rolling and start communicating and opening up to each other and opening up to this person. I feel like you're going to be really excited to hear from this person. And this person is really excited to hear from you or to reach out to you as well. So that is what I see for you guys. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending you all so much love and light. So yeah, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, my pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lapis lazuli, this is your reading for what your soul is trying to tell you. And I feel like your soul has a very deep and important message to tell you. So, first off, you got another extra card here that really wanted to come out, and it was enjoy the journey. So I feel like that's a really important message from your soul, telling you that the fun is in getting there, basically, to acknowledge how far that you've come. You still have a ways to go, but you have come a long way from where you used to be and who you used to be. This also speaks about travel, and if it's not physical travel, it could be mental travel or spiritual traveling, a mental vacation in some way, or just being spontaneous and doing something different. It doesn't have to be traveling abroad. It could be traveling to a new city or a new town or whatever the case may be, but your soul is wanting to journey somewhere new, to learn something new. I feel like your soul is trying to release a lot of baggage at this time, release a lot of drama, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness, because there's a lot of like influx of abundance coming towards you, honestly, in the next couple either days or weeks or maybe even months. But I do feel like there's this really big shift that's about to happen for you. Now, I say this because we have here, surrender the drama, surrender the stubbornness. So I feel like there is something that your soul is wanting you to let go of, and you have been grieving about it for quite some time. I feel like you maybe have been in this place of playing the victim in some way or playing the blame game. Not to anything to make you feel ashamed. We all do it at one point in time, but your soul is wanting you to recognize this and be aware of this, because there's something you need to take responsibility for in terms of like maybe bringing drama to someone or something or certain situation, or being stubborn in some way, but you're like maybe pointing the finger and kind of looking at the other person or other people as them being the one that's very you know, into drama or being emotionally charged or them being stubborn, but it's also reflecting back as to what you are doing as well, or something inside of you. I feel like there's like a lot of mirroring and like projection going on here, and your soul wants you to take responsibility for your own side of the situation, basically. So I feel like there is something that you lost. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be anything, but you're grieving some type of loss. This could be an opportunity that you wanted that you lost in some way, but your soul is wanting you to appreciate the loss because there's something better that's coming in, basically. There's something that you don't see. And I feel like your soul is asking you to surrender the grief, but you're being stubborn and you're holding on to it and you're blaming this, that, and whatever, when it's really no one's fault. It's just whatever is to happen is to happen. And you are responsible for your actions. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your choices. Even if that means that you didn't get that new job, or you didn't get that opportunity, or that person turned you down for a relationship, or whatever the case may be, like, it was for your better good. It's for your highest good, because your soul is wanting to journey elsewhere. I feel like a lot of you have this inkling, or had this inkling, have it or had it really deep below the surface, but like it's slowly starting to come up, and it's slowly starting to come up because either you were just rejected in some way, or disappointed with something, or lost something in some way. Like a friend, like I said, or a relationship, and you're just being really stubborn about actually letting it go and seeing it from a wider perspective and a bigger picture, if I'm just gonna be honest. So your soul is wanting you to create your heaven on earth with Lumeria here. It's happening. You are like I said, you are the co-creator of your life, of your journey. Grieving is a natural part of life. We all grieve in whatever way we feel we need to grieve. You could just be in the grieving place where you're still angry and you're still kind of retelling the story over and over again to yourself or to other people. You could be in this place where you're just not wanting to let it go. You know what I mean? And it's like kind of blocking and like stagnating your soul to flow towards success right now. Like, you holding on to whatever you're holding on to, whatever story, whatever pattern, whatever behavior you're holding on to, is blocking your growth, is blocking your success, is blocking your flow. It's kind of suffocating your frequency and your vibration. It's just no bueno. And with the Surrender the Drama card, it says, no matter how emotionally charged the situation is, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. I'm really getting strongly with this card not to argue with people. I feel like you could want to argue with people and tell your side and be like, well, you did this is why I had to do this, this, and this, or whatever the case. Your soul is really wanting you to don't do that. Like, it's just kind of gonna reiterate and keep you in that loop and keep you in that cycle, and it's gonna keep you from blocking your abundance. So if you can help it, just, you know, no matter how angry someone is, no matter what they're doing, no matter if they're placing blame on you or they're being stubborn, just kind of let them be. Try to remain as calm as possible. Don't engage. Don't consent to the drama. Don't contribute to that drama. Just try to stay as centered and try to think of the solution of how you can fix this without placing blame, without giving your power away, without, you know, making the situation more dramatic or more, you know, emotionally charged than what it is. Try to just focus on a solution and just be in your center, be in your authenticity, basically. With the surrender stubbornness, we have, if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So it's definitely communication issues, I think, are sparking up here, and your soul is wanting you to let it go. Whatever argument, I feel like, and this is something I feel like that has been happening or has been ongoing for way too long, honestly. I feel like your soul is so tired of reiterating it, telling the story, talking about it, engaging in it. It just wants to move on to the joy, to the flow, to the success, and all that fun stuff. And you're just kind of holding on to it like a bad cold, basically. If I'm gonna be like straight, like honest with you. So, which we all do, like seriously, like it's nothing even to like be like weird or ashamed or guilty or just feel like whatever. Like, we all do it at some point in time, especially if you're like a fixed sign, or if you just, you know, grew up just being that like, you know, with stubborn parents, or just like always being in some type of drama, or just used to that. It's just all you know. You just have to unteach yourself, basically unlearn those habits if they're not necessary, especially for your soul's growth, especially for all your success that I see coming in. You know, I understand, trust me. But yeah, so you're just kind of in this place where you need to just relax, basically. Not be so rigid in your stance and your thinking and what's going on, but just really like observing yourself in the situation, observing the people in the situation, observing how they're responding, observing what they're saying. Like, one thing I really learned, because I also, like, I resonate with this, let me be honest. So, like, one thing I've learned and I've been practicing for a really long time is that if you just kind of, if you're in a situation where there's a lot of drama or people are really being like, it's like an emotionally charged situation, if you just kind of, before reacting and engaging in it, just like take a few extra seconds, like 10 extra seconds before you actually say something, and it'll change your life. I swear. It'll, like, that 10 extra seconds, you'll realize like it's not worth it. Or you're just kind of be in this place where you're observing the person and realizing, oh, I don't have to say that because they just said it. Or I don't have to say that because it wouldn't help the situation. Just that 10 extra seconds will really change your life in terms of like what you say and when you say it, or how you engage in a situation. And it'll help you contribute more supportively and more solution oriented than like just kind of adding fuel to the fire type of thing. But yeah, that's just one thing I learned. You can try it, but I feel like for me, like, because I resonate with this, like, because I can be really stubborn. I'm a Scorpio, like everything, and like, you know, my moon is in Cancer, and it's in the Scorpio house, so like stubborn is like my middle name. But I have tried to learn to be more observing and just listen more instead of kind of jumping into the drama, because I'm also used to that just because my family dynamic, I grew up in a very dramatic household, let's just say that. And so I had to learn other ways to like engage with that, because I'm not really that way, honestly. Like, I'm a Scorpio, yes, and I'm just very quiet. Like, it's my Cancer moon. It's just very quiet, and I don't really like a lot of things. I mean, if you're gonna start something, I will finish it, but I'm not one at this time in life to really like engage in that type of drama anymore, or I'm really trying not to. See, I still kind of like, I'm trying not to do it as much. And just like I said, the 10-second thing really, really helps. But okay, enough about me. But if that's something that you might want to try, if that resonates with you, if this resonates with you, be my guest. So yeah, so where was I going with this? Okay, so yeah, so there's a lot of like, you know, success with the growing success in flow state and enjoy the journey. There's a lot of manifestations happening. I feel like you have a good reason to be excited. Your soul feels like it's on the right path. Things are coming to fruition. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in what you want to achieve. Have faith in your success, because abundance, generosity, improvements in your life, in your money, in your work, in your career are happening. But you need to kind of get out of the environment that you're in, get out of the situation that you're in, and go somewhere else. Really pay attention to where you invest your energy, your time, your money, and your attention, because all of that is energy. All of that is like a currency as to what will grow, what will grow into being, basically. So really pay attention to what you're putting your energy, your time, your attention, your voice into. I think that will really help. And just try to stay in the zone. Try to be just focused on what you want, not what you don't want. You know, I feel like a lot of you have a lot of skills, have a lot of skill sets. I feel like a lot of you most of the time could be like in this very flow state of high frequency, but then I feel like when you get around certain people, you might like lose it, or you might kind of just forget about your flow state and just kind of engage in the gossip or engage in the drama in some way. And your soul is really wanting you to practice this and not do that as much, because it's really kind of disrupting your frequency and disrupting your success and your flow and your journey. A lot of this is about having fun right now. Your soul just wants to have fun. Your soul just, whatever's fun to you, your soul just wants to flow. It wants to just be in the zone. It wants to love life. It wants to manifest everything. It wants to be excited. It wants to improve a lot of things. I feel like a lot of you have a lot on the table here, a lot going on. Even if it doesn't seem like it, I feel like your soul or your vibration is doing a lot right now. And I feel like you could be, you know, that could be expressed in your human form as like, maybe you have a lot going on. You know, those days when you have like a lot to do, but it's really not that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like you have a lot to do, like you have this and this to do, but then when you wake up, you're just like, okay, wait, do I really need to do that? Like, is that really something? It's kind of like that vibe. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I know I have those days where I feel like I have so much to do, but like, and like, it doesn't seem like that much when I'm doing it, but it actually was a lot. Okay, I feel like I'm confusing myself and you guys. So I'm going to leave it here. So I hope this was helpful. Basically, your soul is just wanting you to have faith in your dreams, create the future that you want, let go of the drama, let go of the stubbornness, grieve whatever you have lost. You know, it's okay to grieve, and know that you are responsible for creating the future of your dreams, basically. So I'm going to leave it here. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for watching. If this did not resonate, please feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.